I'll hit the record button. I will go ahead and put this on YouTube. Welcome to the Wii U start page / interface. We're doing Super Metroid. The YouTube audience has been inundated with a bunch of super old streams, most of which are this very game. And, oh, I was in the middle of something? Okay, interesting. Today I'm going to have a little play around. I'll be going through my routing from when I used to speedrun this game far more regularly. I'm going to go through my route for any percent and my route for 100%. But I won't actually be seriously going for it, because if I was, then there would be a clock on the screen right now. If I notice anything amusing that the common player would miss in their playthrough of it, let me make sure that... Alright, excellent. Then I'll be sure to point it out. Oh wait, I'm skipping the opening cutscene, huh? As iconic as it is, I can't just... Alright, I'll be sure to remember to actually fully reset the file next time on... Oops. On the 100%. See, I would have already reset after that. You know, I used to think that the Wii U gamepad is pretty comfortable in the hands, but I'm struggling to get used to its big size nowadays. Whenever I do go back to the Wii U, of course, its big size is with a good reason, because it has the mini screen for the gamepad. This is a battle you are supposed to lose, and losing it is way faster than trying to win it. Whee! This is a very well-loved Wii U at this point. So the screen is all splotchy with a bunch of things that I'll probably never be able to get rid of. That was actually on my way to being unironically one of my better escapes, if not for that one hiccup at the very end. Visually speaking, classic games don't get much better than this. I could go on and on and on and keep praising the game, but that would be kind of biased. First game I ever played, and we're coming up now to about a quarter century of me being a gamer. Yeah, that was as uncomfortable as I thought it would be, to say that out loud, and have it actually be true. Yeah. I would love to just provide a little guideline for like introductory players, but I physically can't. I've played this game so much that I can't play it normally anymore. It's the only game I can really say that. All I can do is speedrun it. I'm not going to do a very good job, but all I can do is speedrun it. I can't play it normally ever again, because it's just so fun to get good at Metroid games. And that means abusing every item and jumping ability at your disposal. Perfect timing there. Orb. I can't help it. It's just, it would be too unfun to play it normal. It will only be fun to speedrun it from here on in. And that's really been the case for like the last 7 or 8 years. When I started to actually genuinely pursue, well, Twitch streaming in general. Much of what started with this. For some reason, I've been really terrible at that lately. Just ignore that, whatever. I told her it wasn't very good. There was a time when I was actually in the top 250 in the world, which is, you know, not legendary or anything, but certainly pretty good. And even though I've actually improved my time since then, my ranking, I don't even know where the heck I am. Because a lot of people have known what I've known all my life, which is that this is one of the greatest speedrun games ever made. It's just so satisfying to get good at. I said as I took a hit and fell down 20 meters. That's probably more like 15 meters. I imagine Samus is no taller than me. Even in her suit. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to actually point out random stuff that I enjoy if there's not people here. Boom. I mean, I'm more than capable of just completely losing myself in the flow of a run anyway. Even if it's not a good run, if I happen to be, you know, moving along pretty well for a section of it. That was pretty good RNG in terms of getting missiles to quickly kill Teresa. I only got 1 missile back from that. Are you joking? Good thing this isn't a serious run. You're gonna need those missiles for opening the next couple doors. Oh, hey, actually. Hey, I've been struggling with that lately. Because of course I play this game off camera every now and then. I just get the urge to say, you know what, I kind of want to do a little any percent speedrun Super Metroid. I'm bored. I'm bored. Let me play this game from 31 years ago. Because very few games on Earth are as good at time killing as this one is, at least for me. And I'm making a butt of myself here. You want to damage boost through those because if you kill them, then you also have to stick around and collect your missiles again because you need the missiles to open the next 2 doors. I'm debating among myself, do I want to just have this whole thing be one continuous recording, or do I want to separate the any percent and the 100%? I think I'm gonna go with one continuous recording. That might not be as palatable for the YouTube audience on Vegeta Quell VOD, but nobody watches that channel anyway. And if anybody is watching, hi. Thank you very much for your attention and your time. I know I'm taking up a lot of it. Kinda wanted some health, but okay. This next item here is omitted from almost every speedrun video you'll ever see, even though it's like the least out of the way item ever. I never understood that, and it's early in the game when it's critically needed as well. I never understood why speedrunners ignore that one. It's right there. Obviously they're right and I'm wrong, because I've been out of speedrunning for a long time. I just don't know why they're right and I'm wrong. Aw, man. That's a shame. Thank you, I need some of that. This run's actually flowing kind of nice. But I made sure... Some people like to get the spazer up there. I never did. I don't know if that's bad or not. I saved spazer just for the 100% run. I said I've been doing my old routes, so I'm not deviating from them. Oops. A little early for that. Ah. You're supposed to go down the elevator and collect the high jump boots. But, as I mentioned, doing it that way, the normal way, would not be fun for me. I mean, unless I'm deliberately playing a punishment game stream, I'd like to have fun when I game, you know? I have fun with I Am Bread. I have fun with getting over it with Bennett Foddy and golfing over it with Alvamaho. Normally when I see a challenge that I think I'll enjoy, I enjoy it. That's always satisfying. At long last, I have my health back. Faria. Trying to go as quickly as I can. That's my worst speedrunning mistake so far. Not being able to get the peppermint candy out of the wrapper faster. Damage boost. Smooth. Oops. Yeah, that's bad. Come on, Samus. I don't know how that guy didn't manage to hit me. I don't know, maybe this 1994 video game doesn't have perfect collision detection or something. E. I could use a couple of those. I don't know why I did that. E. Here's your high jump boots. Which apparently don't trigger if you do a wall jump the frame before collecting it. I gotta say, if I could reliably play like this and work from here, I might be tempted to actually try and get back into the speedrunning scene. This has been surprisingly competent for the most part. But maybe I'm just fooling myself because I'm not timing myself. You see? There's no stakes, so it feels like I'm doing great. But if I were to time myself against my PB, maybe that would be a different story. That jump can be a little bit annoyingly precise. I don't know what that missile is doing there. That is such a random place to put a missile. It's the second last item I ever found in the game. Technically the last item I ever found in the game. There was one item that I never actually found on my own, and I needed a YouTube 100% TAS to fill me in. It might be even stupider than that. It's not one of those things where, you know, I feel like an idiot for not noticing it. No. First of all, it was in a room that already had a different item, a much more conspicuous item. And second of all, even if you had the X-ray scope, you wouldn't have been able to see it anyway, because there's no place to stand and see that it's there. You just have to randomly shoot around and just, by some miracle, hit it. There's really no rhyme or reason for its location. Nope. Yeah, it's always annoying when that happens. There. Why bother with those platforms? They're annoying anyway. As a kid, I always find myself clipping through them. From above, of course, when I'm actually, you know, trying to use the platforms as intended. This game really fascinates me because, on the other hand, on one hand, it plays very, very well. And, like, it flows so beautifully. And again, it's super satisfying to get good at. But on the other hand, once you start messing with it a little bit more, it seems like it's barely being held together. Ice beam. Nice. There is actually a pretty advanced way to tech your way through this room again, but I've never been able to properly do it. And again, the idea was to show off my route. And I just realized I haven't stopped to do anything other than just play straight up. That might be my Asperger syndrome kicking in. Like, once I have a task, I can just lock right the heck in. Especially when nobody else is here. You know, it's a blessing and a curse. Obviously, I'd rather have people here to interact with, but if no one's here, then, you know, what's stopping me from just playing the game at optimal efficiency? At least for me, my standards. Wow, that was a really good climb. Oh, really? Tried to damage boost and I somehow managed to clip my way in a way that didn't take damage, so I couldn't boost off of it. Yeah, this game takes damage boost to a whole new level. It's actually a thing you can do, rather than just taking damage and moving on. You can actually take damage in midair and move faster than you normally would be. That was so efficient. Oh my god. Again, if I were confident enough to say that I could repeat this kind of behavior, I might actually try coming back. You know what? I do need to play and release Beauty Needle Zero in Super Mario Maker 2 for the 1-year anniversary of Beast Needle Zero. What the heck? Oh my god. I'm bad at the short charge Shine Sparks. You don't even really need a short charge it there. Actually, I just remembered there's an easy level that I wanted to release in Super Mario Maker 2 that I might want to do soonish. It doesn't need a YouTube video. It genuinely is easy. Ah. Of course, I'm sure some people will find a way to struggle and make it like a 6% clear rate like they always do. Anyway, so between doing that, if we really don't get Metroid Prime 4 for a good while, maybe I can get back into speedrunning Super Metroid in the meantime. Like, while waiting for that. It'd be amazing to actually get a PB. Oops. The one time I wasn't ready for a fast pattern, I get a fast pattern. No speedrunner likes this fight. Even retired speedrunners. I am so bad at this. Oh, come on! I didn't even have a full charge. This is why I'm retired. Sometimes I can get him in 3 rounds. This one, I knew there really wasn't much of a chance of that. Really, I wasted a super missile too. Oh, that was terrible. Palate cleanser. That time I got it out easy. I'm just in a ball. I'm embarrassed at myself. There's a lot of luck in there, but boy, did I butcher it from my end. How did... Okay. Time for the attic. Bit of a choke point for a lot of runners. Not that you can die, it's just, you know, hard to do this efficiently. And I'm sure my way isn't the most efficient way. That was pretty solid, though. Sans bonking the wall at the very end there. I do love how you can actually open multiple doors in the same area. That sucks. That was bad. Oh, perfect. Normally I'd take 3 hits there. Invincibility frames rule! Gravity. Here's that little line that for some reason gets cut out there. I can be a little more playful on the 100% run, I guess. Assuming I actually have someone watching live. If nobody shows up, I may as well play it straight up again. I can retime it myself, I guess. I probably won't bother. Because I know that while a lot of this feels pretty good, I'm sure it's not going to beat my PB. I did work hard to achieve that time, even though it's nowhere near the top in the world. I was never cut out to be the best in the world at anything. I'm content with being above average in a lot of games. Definitely way above the average player here. Average speedrunner, maybe not so much. Definitely way above the average player in Super Mario Maker and the original Super Mario World and All-Stars. Can't really say I'm better than the average Mario 64 or Sunshine player, because I just played those on the 3D All-Stars collection and found them pretty challenging. That was really stupid. Sometimes my fingers are a little trigger happy. I do have other plans for Super Metroid, though. Well, one other plan, anyway. It'll be much more play-around-y than this. Just hopefully somebody actually shows up to that one. Oh my god. Well, even if I was having a really good run, this is a black eye on it. Heck. Botwoon. Yeah, no chance I can beat Draygon unless I go down here. It is nice to me that the best refill station in the game is immediately between these two bosses. Give me super missiles! Holy crap, that's the worst RNG I think I've ever gotten from them. Whee! Ow. This room off is a good place to practice your short charge shine sparking. I prefer taking Draygon down the normal way. But if you want to actually, you know, properly call yourself a speedrunner, you gotta shine spark. I knew I'd accidentally pause at least once. When I say I prefer doing it the normal way, I mean I'm not good enough to do it the cool way, usually. This is why I needed super missiles. Because I suck. And also because Draygon has a lot of health. Ugh. Just... You... Ugh. Sometimes things go really well. Other times she just will not go down. I think out of all the bosses in that game, well, besides Phantoon, obviously, because there's so much luck involved. Besides Phantoon, Draygon is the one that's the most boom or bust. Eh. Normally I don't feel the need to fill up there, but yeah. I'm butchering this whole thing anyway. Ow. That wasn't maximum efficiency, but that still felt pretty smooth. Okay, Samus now has way more firepower. I like to finish coming at it from that angle so I can go straight through the door. I'm not going to bother looking at the credits for this first run, only the second run. Besides, that's more important so that we can confirm I didn't forget any items. Although I should be able to confirm that myself beforehand. I'm glad those robots only spam chat once. Wait, what the? What? I was holding L. Why did she aim upwards? L is down. Well, we went this far. May as well go ahead and attempt the super missile gate clip. Oh, hey. That's where I left off. Yes, those space pirates are really that stupid. Okay. It's better than failing on all of them. Screw attack! That super missile gate clip is not nearly as jank as it looks. It's just really precise. Oops. I'm sure there's quite a few speedrunners who can just nail that without even thinking every time. Again, I'm holding L. Why are you aiming upward? Oops. See, like, L is down. I'm not crazy. I've been playing this game way too much to not know that. Maybe that's just a sign that the gamepad's age is catching up to it. I don't know. I don't think this is my native gamepad. I think it's a replacement that I got from Nintendo. Yeah, because I think my first gamepad stopped charging. There we go. Nice clip. That's the same way you clip through those platforms I mentioned earlier, except they don't hurt. Oh, hey, there I am, screwing this up. Like all other kids, when they first play this game, it took me a long time to figure out how to beat them. But now that I do know, they're a joke. Dang it all. Unpause already! See, I am getting into it. It's... in the back of my mind, I knew this was kind of inevitable. I've done this too many times to not take it at least a little seriously. Even though I know that A, I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be, and B, even if I was, I am not competitive with the best in the world. I quit because if I wanted to move with the leaderboard, it would require strats that I just didn't feel comfortable with. It would require a level of effort and dedication I wasn't really ready for. I wanted to play other games, and I feel like maybe there are some people out there who can manage to be a competitive speedrunner in one game and be a decent player of other games, but not me. I have to diversify my portfolio. If I wanted to commit to this game full time, I had to cut pretty much any other game out of my life. And I don't want to do that. Because then this game wouldn't be fun, it would be a job. And then I wouldn't have any other game to... Well, I mean, I guess I would occasionally. But you get the picture. I would lose my love for the game because I would only care about going fast. And then I wouldn't be putting nearly enough time in other games to distract myself from that feeling. You know, all those guys who actually stay up there and stay, you know, running the same game, whether it be this game or anything else, I salute you guys. You have way more patience than I do. And I do have a pretty good amount of patience. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have released Super Saiyan Beast Needle Zero, and I wouldn't have been able to play VVVVV without taking a single hit. Nice. Still nobody here. Do I even continue? I'm beginning to not even want to do the 100%. Because, I mean, like, if I'm only playing for the YouTube audience, they're already kind of getting more glimpses into my journey through Super Mario or Super Metroid than really anybody should have any right to, or any want to. I can't English today. This really is a stream for the real Nukem, and he's not even here. The real Nukem, and of course Subsonic, who's always been a huge Metroid fan. But it kind of feels like there's no point in continuing this. I mean, what am I even accomplishing other than recording a subpar speedrun in a category that I've already done much better in the past? If I'm gonna stream something, let me enjoy it. Of course I enjoy the game, but I would enjoy it much more if... I mean, if I wanted to play the game with no one watching, I'd just do it off camera, because I do that all the time, you know? I mean, I guess I can post this recording to YouTube, even though I'm only going to do just this any percent. Unless, of course, DRN or Subsonic show up within the next, literally, 10 minutes. I am at least kind of curious at where this run stands among, compared with my PB. Probably not well, though, because of that stretch between Phantoon, Botwoon, and Draygon. It was just awful. But the rest was actually pretty solid. Maybe I do want to get back into this, you know, during the lead up to Metroid Prime 4. Jump button, please. I couldn't even show off the fact that you can levitate there. I hecked that up. Jump button, please. You've been good the whole way. Now you're being a jerk. Because it knows I'm starting to care. Like, where does this run actually stand? I kind of gotta know. Because there were some parts that were just awful. But most of the really contentious parts, including that right there, were decently done. Genius. Oh heck, I better count. I better count how many shots I take. Don't want this to end in a super unfortunate manner. Of course, I said that out loud, so it probably will. Alright, the number is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and... Oh, okay, good. Dodge. And that should be fine. Easy. Boop. It's not fun if you don't boop her with one last little missile before she does that. The heck? Why is there a glob of fluid on my keyboard? Was it just sweat? Mop it up with this plastic water. Ugh. Ooh. That's a good thing I got a lot of napkins. Did I randomly drool during the playthrough? I don't know. I find that hard to believe that that's just palm sweat. Because that would be on the gamepad, not the keyboard. The one thing I regret about playing this game at such a young age is I completely, like, all the symbolism throughout this whole sequence about, you know, how much this means to Samus went completely over my head. All my 5-year-old Asperger self cared about was beating the boss, not what was actually happening in the fight. I mean, the actual plot that's happening is anime worthy. Why is there not a Metroid anime? That upsets me. And heck, F-Zero had an anime once. Heck. I discovered that on my own, that you can just shine spark through one of the little mini platforms there, and yes, it actually works every time. I think the issue is, like, that little stubby platform shows up right during the screen transition, where if you're shine sparking, you're actually going fast enough that you can bypass that little screen transition. Because if you jump up first and do that, it won't work, because it's already on screen. You have to start from the ground or else it won't work. Well, I guess I may as well let the credits play. For those who don't know, that 0039 doesn't mean jack. That's not even close to an accurate timer. That eliminates all screen transition elements. I think it also omits item collection. That's the amount of minutes that it took and change if you were to edit out every single transitionary element of the gameplay. And of course, the fact that it doesn't have seconds kind of sucks, because yeah. Of course, I doubt Nintendo would have foreseen how popular speedrunning in general would become over the years. I'm sure adding a second counter would not have been too advanced for the SNES. I mean, there's second counters for the two escape sequences. I mean, heck, that was even sub-hour, even counting all of the pre-entering the game. That was actually a pretty solid run. Because I didn't actually start playing until this recording was like, what, 2.5 minutes through? That was probably like 56:20 or something. What's my record again? 52, 57? I mean, there's a pretty big difference still, but not insurmountable. If I really do put my mind to it, who knows? It might happen. It might happen. Rest in peace, Gunpei Yokoi. I will never, ever, ever be anywhere near the top of the leaderboard on this game. What I can do is perfect my own run as long as I'm comfortable with it. All right. I do feel like I accomplished at least something. I guess this is worthy of putting on YouTube, I guess. All right. Yeah, what they said. See you next mission. My next stream, I'm going to make sure that somebody is actually there, and I will have a little bit more fun playing around with stuff rather than actually going for speed. For real this time. I was able to lock in this time, but if somebody's actually there from the beginning, then I won't have to lock in as much. Alright. Hope you enjoyed.